So as you can see that answers are also written. So we will revise this chapter. Okay, some extra question answers are there. So we are going through it, then we are going to write it. Who have been the damage caused by fire? Early man have been.
Early man.
Yes, early men have been the damage caused by fire. What was early men frightened of? Early man was
Early
frightened.
man are frightened of fire because it is very powerful and dangerous for us.
Yes, it was powerful and dangerous. What are the three things required to make fire?
Fuel, oxygen, and heat.
Heat, oxygen, and fuel.
Yes, if any of the three is missing, then there will be no fire. Give some examples of fuel: wood, coal, cooking gas, and petrol. Where from oxygen comes? Oxygen comes from the.
Oxygen comes from the air.
What comes from the air? Oxygen. What happens when you blow on smoldering paper? When we blow on smoldering paper, what happens? It catches fire or it bursts into flame. What do you do to burn a piece of paper or wood? What do you do? What
Ma'am, with the help of fire, we burn that.
we burn it or we heat it because it catches fire.
Time. Internet to burn.
If fire is a good servant, it can be what? It can be what? It can be a bad.
Fire is
Can be a bad master.
Fire can be a good servant too or a bad master as well.
What is a good servant but a bad master?
Fire.
What happens when fire get out of control? It becomes.
It becomes very dangerous for us.
How many ways are?
It can be destructive.
It can be destructive. Absolutely correct. How many ways are there which your fire can be put out? There are how many ways?
Ma'am, 3 ways.
Okay. Can you tell me the ways? 3 ways by which fire can be put out? Anyone of you can tell me? The main basic.
Ma'am, water, fire brigade.
Fire can be extinguished with the help of water. And second thing, we can.
Ma'am, fire.
We can put sand. Okay. And third, we can use fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Why fires can also be stopped with a damp blanket or a sack? If have you seen a burned person? We are putting blanket over him. So what?
Ma'am, it cuts the supply of oxygen to the fire.
We are cutting the supply of oxygen so that it will not spread more. What is used to extinguish fire?
Carbon dioxide.
Fire
is used to
extinguish.
extinguish fire.
Yes, carbon dioxide is why carbon dioxide is used to extinguish fire, because it does not allow
Because
oxygen to reach the burning material. Okay. What is the third way of putting out the fire? What is the third way of
to
putting out?
remove the heat from it. To remove the heat from it, though.
What will happen if the temperature can be brought down? If the temperature can be brought down?
The fuel stops burning.
Very good. When should water not be used on fire? When should not water be used?
Ma'am, when it will be electrical
Water should not
appliances.
be used on fire when it is caused by
in the contact of electricity or there is a short circuiting.
Yes, when there is a short circuit or on electrical appliances, we should not use water. And where else we cannot use water? We cannot use water on which fire?
Ma'am, where it comes from the short due to electricity, the fire which has caused due to electricity or because of short circuiting.
No, one more is there.
Instead of that, we should use sand.
In an oil fire, what do you put? You put water in an oil fire?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
In that case also, we are not using water to extinguish it. What is the best thing to fight electrical fire? What is the
Ma'am, fire extinguisher is the best thing.
Why should there be space left between buildings?
so that the fire could not spread.
Reduce the fire risk.
Yes. What is known as fire brigades?
Fire
Bands of firefighters.
brigades.
Special equipments is known as fire brigades. Who are highly trained people? Who are highly.
Firefighter.
Firefighters.
What is worshipped in many parts of the world?
Fire.
Fire.
When fire can be dangerous?
When
When
it
it
goes
gets
out of control.
When the fire gets out of control, it can be dangerous. What is the result of a chemical reaction?
Fire is the
Fire.
result of chemical reaction.
Very good. What makes early man scared of? Early man was scared of?
Early man was scared of fire because it can harm us.
Yes, he has seen the damages caused by fire. That's why he was very much scared by the fire. How oxygen is required to make fire?
Oxygen comes from the air, and so when we blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flame. Thus, oxygen is also required to make fire.
What is
These
called?
things are necessary to.
Yes, what is called flash point? Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it starts burning, and this temperature is called the flash point. Okay, the fuel, every fuel, when it burns at a particular temperature, it is called the flash point. Fire is a good servant but a bad master. Explain.
Everything should be in control, but if it goes out of control, then it is a bad master. But it helps us in our many works, so it is a good servant as well.
As you can see that fire is used in doing so many chores. Fire is helpful in doing daily chores like cooking our food, keeping ourselves warm. Okay, so for producing electricity. So there are plenty of uses of fire. Okay, so it is a good servant. But if the fire gets uncontrolled, it can harm us, it can destroy the property, it can kill us even. So that's why it is a bad master. So we should always have a control on our fire. Write some merits of fire. Merits means advantages of fire or uses of
Ma'am,
fire.
the advantages of fire is cooking our food, warm our hand,
Warm our houses during winter season and to generate.
And produces electricity.
Write the demerits of fire. As we know, the fire can be dangerous as it if it goes out of.
When it goes out of control, then it is dangerous for.
Yes,
Ma'am, when fire damages our shops, houses, so it can be harmful for us.
so they are damaged by due to fire. Okay, and the vast areas of forest are also destroyed, and many people are killed and some are injured caused by fire. How fire can be out by fuel, put out by fuel? How can be fire put out by fuel if the fire has no fuel to do?
If the fire.
Yes, no
Ma'am,
burn.
so no burning can take place.
Yes, thus fuel can help to put out fire. That if we are not putting the fuel, then the fire will not be there. What is the second way of putting out a fire? To stop the oxygen supply. If we stop the oxygen supply, then also it will extinguish. Have you seen?
We can take the damp blanket or lac and then to put on that.
You can do an experiment at your home. Just lit a candle and keep a glass over it. Okay, and you will see that after some time the candle extinguishes. Why? Because the oxygen which was present in
It
glass
also requires oxygen.
is now finished up. That's why now your candle has extinguished. This is the three way of putting out fire. Third way of putting out a fire. The third way is to remove the heat. The fuel should stop burning. If the temperature is brought down. Again, water is also sprayed on a fire because it absorbs heat from the burning fuel and lowers the temperature. How water can also be dangerous to put out on a fire?
If the fire is caught by the electrical appliances, short circuiting, and by the oil, so it can be dangerous to put water.
Put on an oil fire. This question is incomplete. How water can also be dangerous to put out put out an oil fire. If water split onto an oil fire, the oil would float to the top of the water and would continue to burn. Okay. So this can also be dangerous. Why? Because oil flows slowly, water flows quickly. That's why it can cause more harm. Define fire.
More fire.
We all know that fire is a chemical reaction. Okay. So when oxygen in air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction which takes place in the form of heat and light is released through this process. Therefore, fire is the result of chemical reaction. Fire is powerful and dangerous too if it goes out of control. Now write the advantages and disadvantages of fire we have just discussed right now. Then what are the 3 ways of controlling fire? Again, this is also we have discussed. We can remove fuel, we can prevent oxygen, we can remove the heat, okay, lower the temperature. Why water should not be sprayed on fire caused by oil and electrical appliances? These questions are important. What are the skills of firefighters? They are trained people. They have many skills. They could cut out electricity supply and knock down dangerous walls. They spray water and other things to prevent fire under control. Firefighters are also trained in first aid. Okay, as they can help people who are injured for those who are suffering. So I think this chapter is now clear to you all, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.